Hello and welcome to this presentation. You'll be learning how to design a new swimming pool added to Protek 2026 version, and I'll be sharing with you some deficiency in the output file. So this is going to be a step-by-step video. Stay connected. And if this is the first time you have come across our channel Soft-Reeason Academy, consider subscribing, like the video so you can stay connected with us. Let us get started. You select on Protek Module 2026. Right click right there and you click on open to launch it. So here you have to create a new project. So you give it a project name as pool 1 and proceed to select the code of practice. For this we'll be using United Kingdom Euro code. As the template, click on the OK option. So here we start by creating a new drawing, and then we have to locate the swimming pool icon. So this is it, or you can get it through the design library. This option, you click on that. So this will take you to the pool design property window. So there are various types of pool. So you come to the select from gallery option, you click right here, and these are the type of pools that we have in Protek Module 2026 version. So we have 5 types of pool, and then the particular pool that has some deficiency is this one. So I will be showing you why I say this particular one has some deficiency when it comes to drawing creation. Okay, so I click on it. I click on yes option from here, and here we go. This is the pool. It has 2 straight parts and then 2 curves. This other curve is of a better or big radius than this one. Okay, so here is the pool parameter, where you can actually be able to set the top elevation in these provisions. For now, the top elevation is 2500 millimeters, so you can adjust it here if you wish to adjust it. And for the pool walls dimensions are here. You can make changes successfully, but we'll go by this. So once you are okay with the geometry of the pool, you navigate to the properties. So you click right here in these properties. Okay, also this is a slab, which is the part that is at the bottom of the pool. All right, this one. So you can also be able to make changes to it as well. All right, so now we click on the properties. So in the properties here we have the code of practice we are using, Euro code 2. So the concrete strength at default, which is the concrete compressive strength at default, is 37. You can click right there and be able to change to the desired compressive strength you wish to use. Click on OK option, rebar grade. I click right there. I'll change it to this grade 60. There's 460 type 1. I applied it to all and click on edit. Here you can be able to select the desired rebar diameter, the minimum as well as the maximum. This is for columns. We don't have column here. What we have here are walls. Okay, so I will use 12 minimum and then maximum of 20 for the walls. Okay, now for the links, I'll use maximum of 10. Sorry, minimum of 10, and then maximum of 12 mm diameter reinforcement. So for the reinforced concrete slab, I'm going to use minimum of 12 maximum of 20. Just like this, click on the OK option and OK again. Here we go. All right, now for the soil model, so we have about 4 walls right here. Wall 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we have to design the soil model acting against this wall successfully. I click right here, so this will open the first wall soil model right here. So you can label it with another name in these provisions. So the load site is active, the load terms is going to be long term right here. So these are the steps, and the water level is at this level, which is 1250, half of the height of the wall. So you can adjust this if you wish. If you take this to 1500, you can see it's been pushed down right there. Okay, but let's just use 1250. I'm just trying to show you that you can actually be able to adjust it. All right, then you go to the settings options over here. The code settings are already in order, you don't have anything to change. From here, go to the soil profile. Here you have the layers of soil. At default, you have sand and rock, okay, which are the soil material you have right here, and these are the layers depth. Okay, so if you want to add an additional soil layer, I will show you how to do that. Click on this add right here first. So this has added another soil layer right here, and it is 0. You see, so this soil layer is 0 right here. So now we have sand. Let's, for instance, this is a sandy clay, so you have to select on it. So over here you select on the sand and click on add. This will create a copy of the sand. You now give it a name as sandy clay, just like this. So you have to change the material color from here. I will use this material color. Then the mechanical properties, which are dry unit weight, saturated unit weight. So you have to make changes to all of this based on the information you add from the soil test you actually obtained from the construction site. For the design parameters, like the internal friction angle, we will reduce it to 29 right here. So you make all the necessary changes right here, after which see over here soil type sand. Okay, so it depends on any quantity that is much. Okay, if the sand is much in the clay, you can use sand, but if the clay is much over the sand, you can use clay from here to represent sanding clay. All right, so from here we use sand from here. All right, okay, then click on the OK option. So you notice what we have also changed is not being applied here. So the reason why it is not applied here is because the height is being distributed for the sand and rock. So for sandy clay now, you need to give it a new height, and then for you to give it a new height, you have to actually reduce the height of one of it. Maybe for this first one, I'll change it to 1000 right here. Then the remaining height I will put key in this provision, which is 250 millimeters. So now I have a layer right here called sanding clay. I've created another new soil layer. Okay, so this is how you create as many soil layers you wish to create. All right, just follow the same process, and then once you are okay with it, you go to the surcharges. So our point load over here, if you select, you can see also line load, strip load, surface load. Okay, same thing applicable here. So we have surface load right here. You can click here to add additional surcharge load if you wish. or you have every other load that you wish to impose on the soil successfully. But we go by this point load, so we'll be having 23 kilonewton point load, and for the surface load, which is the area load, we have 32 kilonewton per square meters right here. So for the point load, these are the distances between these loads right here. It can be adjusted. If you can choose to use 500 right here, so that will be adjusted accordingly. Okay, so we go by 1000 millimeters distance. Okay, so once you are done, you get to the result provision. And this result provisions, you can print some report, although the report will be based on these layers that you have created, because we have not designed the pool yet. Okay, click on the OK option first. We don't need that report. So once you are done, so this will be applied to other walls. Okay, if you want it, you click on yes to proceed. If you don't want, you click on no, which means you need to also organize and set the soil property for wall 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I'll click on yes option to actually apply the one we have make changes and design successfully. So we go to this design tab right now, click once on the design tab and give the program some seconds to actually carry out the design. Alright, so over here we have design parameters, thickness of the wall, so you can make changes to the thickness of the wall from here, as well as the slab thickness. This is 400 millimeters. This is the concrete cover. Okay, so if I want to reduce this, I can reduce this to like 300 right here. So once you reduce this, you must click on this design rebar, renew rebar design option. Okay, so here are the load factor, the static load factors and the dynamic load factors. And then what we have here, according to the walls, okay, we have the maximum moment, we have the required area of steel and the provided area of steel, the diameter of reinforcement, and the spacing for the wall. And this is for the slab. Okay, so over here you can see that for the slab, this is for wall and this is for slab. And for the slab, we have XX top, YY top, XS bottom, YY bottom right here. These are the provided area of steel. And then we have the diameter of the reinforcement to be 1212, and then the spacing is 400 millimeter spacing successfully. So you can see the information for each of the walls are very important. Can now proceed to output provision. In the output provisions, if you click in this transparency, you can see the reinforcement generated. Now this is one of the deficiencies I'm talking about for this pool. All right, so you can see over here that the reinforcement, the curved part of the pool does not have reinforcement. You can see they couldn't generate reinforcement for the curved part of the pool. We only have reinforcement at the straight side, and then the slab reinforcement is not also being generated up to the area covered by the slab successfully. So that is one of the deficiencies, okay, in the design of this pool. So you have to take note when you want to design the type of pool. You have a lot of work to do. So you use the area of reinforcement provided for these other walls to actually provide reinforcement and organize it successfully. Okay, now I'll go back to drawing. I click on draw details. So once you click on draw detail, you are supposed to see a detail here drawn, but for that pool there is no detail here. That's another deficiency right there. Okay, we proceed and click on the OK options. But over here you can print your report. So let's click on print report option, and then the program will organize the report. Here we go. So these are the reports. You can actually print this to PDFs or Office right there. Okay. Click on the OK option right here and click Inspect to actually generate the detailed drawings. So you can see what I was saying. We only have a drawing at the straight wall provision right here, but there is no drawing at the curve part of the pool, this curve part. And then for the slab reinforcement, you can see that it is not being designed over the given area of the slab because of the shape of the pool. So these are the deficiencies that I actually encounter while I use these options of swimming pool design in Protek Detail Module 2026. But however, everything is nice, so this you can't factor it out. And this is the pool quantity table for the reinforcement. Okay, so you can quickly be able to move this to AutoCAD if you are not conversant with this interface. But if you are conversant with this interface, you can use it to generate and create other rebars, organize your work successfully. Okay, so that is why we are calling for you to join our masterclass, so we train you on how to use most of the tools on this interface successfully. So we just right click right here and click on export to export this to AutoCAD successfully. All right, so we are done with this design of this unique shape swimming pool in Protek Detail Module 2026 version. I believe you have learned one or two things in this video. Consider subscribing to stay connected with us if you are yet to subscribe. Like the video, and we see in the next presentations. Have a great day, and bye for now.